Okay, interview me. Let's go. My name is Aaron Zucker. I'm a realtor, also known as at Aaron Zucker CEO on Instagram. And I work in the five boroughs, Queens, Brooklyn, Long Island, and anywhere in the surrounding areas. And thank you, Ming, for having me on this channel and taking the time out today. I appreciate it. It depends how much time you need.
I mean, if we can't finish it, we could do a part two like afterwards.
Okay, cool. How are you?
How are you?
I'm good. I asked you first.
I'm all right. Staying busy. Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Ming from Ming Fight Channel. Because of the quarantine, we're home today. So I have a special guest today, Aaron Zucker today. So Aaron, what's up?
What's going on, man? How are you handling everything?
Oh my God, I've been staying busy at home doing whatever I need to do.
Yeah.
You know? So what do you do? Tell the YouTube people and podcast now, because I just started my podcast. So just to let everybody know what do you do, what's your occupation, and how do you get into it?
Yeah. First, congrats on the podcast, the new podcast. I'm a realtor, specifically a buyer's agent. I represent a lot of first-time and experienced home buyers in the five boroughs, and I help them achieve their dreams of home ownership.
So how did you get into it? Like how did you get into real estate?
That's a great question. So I have actually a pretty interesting story. My friend brought me to a networking event. It was actually a career fair at my college, Queens College.
Right. And that's where we met.
Yeah, and I don't think you've ever heard the story, but my friend said, come to this event, and I said, why would I go to that event? And it's for jobs, and I want to be my own boss. Anyway, he dragged me there. And there was about 500 kids in the room, and there was a panelist of people, either doctor, attorney, and a broker. And at the end of the panel, they asked all the students, does anyone have any questions? And I firmly believe that there's no stupid questions in life. The only stupid questions are the ones that are never asked. You agree?
I agree.
So I decided to ask a question. I said to the broker, I want to be a broker. How long does it take? And she quickly responded to me, well, if you want to be a stockbroker. And then I realized I asked the wrong question to the wrong professional. She was a stockbroker. I was talking about being a real estate broker. So I got really embarrassed, my face turned red. I sat in that room till everyone left. And someone approached me, and it happened to be my now team leader, Juan, his sister. His sister.
Laura.
And she said, yeah, Laura. And she said, hey, Aaron, my brother's looking to start a real estate team. I don't know if you ever wanted to talk to him about it. So that's where our real estate team was formed, and that's where we started everything. 2 years ago, when I asked that question.
Hey, you never know. See, sometimes a stupid question will lead to another.
Yep.
At least you get someone's attention.
Yeah, so that's what I always encourage. I always ask these questions, and it's gotten me far. And I have other examples of this, but this is what really just started my career.
Yeah, the only regret is not asking. So it's a good thing that you asked.
Yeah, because everyone in their head is thinking the same thing. They just don't ask. You're the one who has to ask it. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so it doesn't hurt, especially in a room of entrepreneurs.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what is the process with Juan? Like, how did you get into it? Like, you studied, like, people that are not really familiar with the real estate stuff. Like, you studied, was there a course, like how many hours, I believe? Yeah,
so it's a 75-hour course if you wanted to get your real estate license.
Yeah.
And then after that, there's two tests, a local test and a state test. Once you pass that, you get your license, and that's how it started for me.
So how do you get your interpersonal skills from? Like, I see that you're really good at it. Not a lot of people could do what you do. Not a lot of people. This is why it's good for you, because not a lot of people would do what you do.
Yeah, I agree. So it's all about surrounding yourself with people that know what they're doing. A lot of people decide they want to do things on their own, and then they give up, or they realize they can't do it. I have some pretty good mentors in different sections that help me and encourage me daily to get me to my goals.
That's amazing. So how long was the training with Juan?
Yeah, so this is pretty interesting that it wasn't just Juan. I'm sure you know Abel as well.
Yeah.
We started off as a team of 3, and I was specifically a showing agent. All I did was show properties, about 50 to 70 properties a month. So I was very, very busy, and I wouldn't make that much, but I would learn the business. So I learned the business from the inside out, And I was basically like, those people who would go and do whatever someone says, because I know that if I do those little things, it'll eventually build up. And it came to a point where I said, okay, I know this, let me move on to the next level. So that's how it started.
For those that are in college right now, do you think you need a college degree for this? Because
no college degree.
What's your major?
My major is media studies and marketing, and my minor is business.
Right.
It is a good backing if I decided I wanted to use those skills. But this is more for someone who's an entrepreneur who, wants to be their own boss.
Right, this is perfect.
Yeah.
So right now you're doing showings all over. We worked together once before because you needed content for one of the showings for one of the houses in Long Island. How do you get your this is an interesting question because a lot of people want to ask, how do you get like your clients? Like
yeah. So
because especially when you're new and building up, nobody knows that Aaron is actually, you're doing your, real estate.
Yeah,
so everybody, but your marketing background could have helped, right?
Yeah, so one, if you're a new agent, I'd recommend creating a list of just your personal circle, friends, family, colleagues, coworkers, get their name, phone number, and email, and start creating an email newsletter, and just let people know, hey, I'm a real estate agent now. And then after that, you really get into just talking to as many people as possible, right? And that's what really catapulted the start to what I was doing. And I would just talk to everyone, right? That's how I got some of my biggest listings. I just talked to people.
Right. And then, so you do buying, selling, and also do you do rentals?
I do rentals here and there. It depends on the situation, but I'd say I'm mostly focused on sales. I do help a lot of people who are renting that are looking to buy in the future. So those are the type of things that I do.
So because right now, because of the quarantine, I also watched the video of Juan saying that, even though you're home, you could do virtual tours and stuff. Can you tell us about that? Because I saw the video and I was like watching it yesterday and he was like talking about, he's closing even with virtual tours. Yeah,
one of the deals he was talking about was the one that I got an accepted offer on.
Yeah.
So last week I got an accepted offer on a condo in Harlem in Manhattan. And all I did was get a virtual tour. I sent it to the client put in an offer, it got accepted. So these are more deals for investors who don't need to necessarily see the property. They will see it before it closes. And it's funny because this person that bought the property lives in California, so they weren't even in the state. And I conducted everything. It was the first time I did something like that, but it goes to show that real estate is really evolving and changing into virtual,
Yeah, which I want to get into that. Like, do you see like after this whole pandemic, you think like it's going to be more virtual now? It saves time.
Yeah.
And then also like, most of the time you're buying, especially in New York, you're buying the property, like the actual space, not really like, most of it you need construction anyway. So I feel like you're just showing the space, the location, the feel of it.
Yeah.
And especially if you're a trusted buyer, they're going to trust you about, every little thing that goes wrong,
True. Well, that's why you have to come prepared. And one of those things is sending them comparables to let them know what the property is actually worth and what we should put an offer in for. What are the rental comparables to know what income we can get from the property? Making sure we prepare them on that end. I would say as far as virtual goes, I thought it was 5 to 10 years out, but now that I look at it, it'll probably come in the next year or less, which is pretty interesting. I think restaurants, everything's going to be virtual. Shopping malls, people are going to realize that they don't need the office to conduct work,
I believe solely on that because I'm a huge, I'm an entrepreneur myself, so I believe like online is always the next big thing. Like, the whole e-commerce thing, I was like, one day everything is going to be shipped. Like you don't even have to go to brick and mortar. You don't have to go anymore. Look at Amazon right now and look at them right now.
Oh yeah.
The right now is like everybody's like shopping online because of this whole crazy situation.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. And, it's just the beginning. And luckily my company has not been affected. A lot of real estate companies are just laying off people, cutting expenses, while us, our company is publicly traded, our stock just went up,
Amazing.
And we're all virtual.
How many people are on your team right now?
Our immediate real estate team, we have about 13, including interns, social media, stuff like that. As far as the company as a whole, there's 30,000 agents across the world.
That's amazing.
And last year we were at 8,000 agents. It tripled in a year.
And you guys host seminars and stuff like that, right? Because we bumped into each other in a seminar last time.
Yeah, so I do something a little different. If anyone's interested, I do like one-on-ones with them on Zooms, because I feel like if I cater it to that person, it's much better than getting them in a big group, right?
Right.
But it depends on what they want.
So let me do this. Let me, for YouTube viewers, I'm gonna link, give me your link, give me your contact. I'm gonna link it below, so if they need anything, they could contact you directly.
Oh yeah.
So you could do one-on-one with them. And based on my story archives, is exactly a year. Yesterday was exactly a year from the seminar that we had.
Wow.
2019 is
That's
been
awesome.
a year. Yeah.
Time flies.
That we had with Juan and them. So that's amazing.
Time flies.
Time flies, really. Time just flies. Can you
Yeah.
believe it's 2020 already?
Honestly, by the time we get out of the house, it's going to be 2021. So
Exactly.
let's see what happens.
Let's see what happens. So any plans for upcoming projects besides your Instagram? Let's talk about your Instagram live too.
Yeah, so I'm doing every Sunday now Instagram live with agents that are that joined my team,
Right.
or just agents that I think they have a unique story.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm going on Instagram live with someone today who is just younger than me, but he's killing it. Like I think he closes deals better than I do,
Mm-hmm.
and he's just unique, so I want to share it with everyone.
You're always
So
learning.
that's going to be, yeah. And whoever who comes on my team, I train them to be a monster. You know what I'm saying?
You have to have powerful people on your team.
Yes, sir.
All right, so Leah, wrapping up, where could they find you? Actually, you know what? Before we wrap up, I have this new segment on my channel right now where I go on your Instagram page, and there's a story for every, because I'm a photographer. There's a story for every picture, and I want you to paint it. But I'm having bad signal, so I might not even do that. We might have to do a part 2 of this. But yeah, let's wrap up. Where should they find you? I'll probably follow you up. Oh, why the CEO? This is very interesting because technically you're not, like the company is not yours. Oh,
Yeah.
Loaded. So maybe we could do it. Oh, is this last week?
It's really about personal branding,
No.
Say again?
This one. Can you explain this one? You have Grant on.
Grant Cardone?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, just requested it and he accepted it, and I asked him a bunch of questions,
Awesome.
and he gave me some answers that I already knew, but it's good to show that, people support me, even people that don't know me. And I was happy to get that publicity, with Grant Cardone.
Yeah. I like this one where the Zoom meetings, you're actually using tools to make your business efficient.
Yeah. Just from that post alone, people booked meetings with me,
Yeah. And last one, is this your team, your whole team?
Yes, it is. See how I'm laying there? They have to pick me to lay there, of course. No one else, just me.
And I love these quotes that you're doing too.
Yeah, I'm trying to be more efficient with it, just trying to grow my brand.
Definitely. Definitely.
The reason why CEO is because it's part of my brand, I want to be more than just a realtor. I want to be a coach. I want to be a helper. I want to write books.
Absolutely.
There's so much I want to do.
And I'll be here supporting you all the way.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, so tell us where they can find you. We're going to wrap up because you have a 5 o'clock meeting, so we're going to wrap up. Where could they find you? So I can link it below, and then I'll put it on my podcast, description as well. So, your Instagram, your Facebook, Twitter.
Yeah. So as far as Instagram, it's at Aaron Zucker CEO. I'm also going to give Ming like a link for Calendly if anyone wants to book a meeting with me just to chat.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have a Twitter. I do have a LinkedIn, Aaron Zucker. And I do have Facebook, Aaron Zucker CEO, I believe on Facebook, but I'll give you all the links.
I looked it up. It is. So that's the right one. So if they really want to get in touch with you, what's the best way they could contact you? If they want to contact you, what's the best way?
Yeah, so I'd recommend book a meeting with me on Calendly. I can also share my phone number. whatever is easier for them. Email is really good.
Mhm.
We can link that below as well.
Okay, so send me the I don't think I have your Calendly link, so send that to me, and then I'll get everything situated. So thank you, Aaron, for having me on your on my channel. It was great having you. Let's connect soon, and I'm looking forward to the Instagram live later today.
Awesome.
So
All
guys,
right,
don't
pleasure.
forget to follow Aaron for his journey, and if you guys want to reach him, ask him some questions, and if you're looking for something, oh yeah, last thing, I forgot this thing. This is very important. Do you think is the best time to buy right now?
Yeah, so it depends, right? If it's someone that's buying in cash, I recommend to wait because the property prices will drop. If
Right.
it's someone that's getting a mortgage, rates are pretty low. And if they decided to buy now, they can save a lot of money on their monthly mortgage if they're holding the property for more than 2 years. So it kind of depends. If you waited and you had a mortgage and you bought a year from now, rates would be higher. So that means you'd be paying more as far as rates and your mortgage. So it depends on the situation. I recommend people just consult with me, and I tell them what I think the best option is, depending on their situation, right? Are they working? Are they not working? It really depends.
Right, because a lot of people are losing their job too at this time.
Yeah.
Hopefully things will get better. I feel
I
like
hope so. Yeah, things are going to bounce back, and eventually
always up
people are
and
going
down.
to people are going to go out there, and the top 1% of realtors are going to be super busy when the summer hits.
Right. So you're getting ready for it.
I'm getting ready. I still have buyers. Like, I have a board behind me, active buyers.
Nice.
I have about 10 right now.
Excellent. Thank you, Aaron. Thanks for having, thank you for the Zoom meeting. This is the time. Usually I have these meetings, in person. It's more sincere, but we gotta do what we gotta do.
Listen, I'm looking forward to another meeting. I'm always available.
Let's do it. Thank you, Aaron.
All
I'll
right.
see you guys. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, follow Aaron for his journey, and I'll see you guys later.
Thanks. Do it.